Yeah.
Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah in the
Roscoe, see, that's not cool. You can't do that. No. Wow. Man.
Shalom and blessings, warriors of
Why
Yahuah
would
in
you
the
do
truth.
that?
I'm going to be continuing on with our lessons from the CEPHER,
This would be cool.
the Millennium Edition. We are on 2 Ezdras 8. And he answered me, saying, El Elyon has made this world for many, but the world to come for few. I will tell you a similitude, Ezra. As when you ask the earth or the Eretz, it shall say unto you that it gives much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold comes of. Even so is the course of this present world.
One at a time.
There be many created, but few shall be saved.
If you guys go at the same time as
So answered I and said, Swallow then down, O my soul, understanding, and devour wisdom. For you have agreed to give ear, and are willing to prophesy, for you have no longer space than only to live. O Yahuah, if you suffer not your servant, then that we may pray before you, and you give us seed unto our heart, and culture to our understanding, that there may come fruit of it. Sorry. How shall each man live that is corrupt, who bears the place of a man? For you are alone, and we all one workmanship of your hands, like as you have said. For when the body is fashioned now in the mother's womb, and you give it members, your creature is preserved in fire and water, and 9 months your workmanship endures, your creature which is created in her. But that which keeps and is kept shall both be preserved. And when the time comes, the womb preserved delivers up the things that grew in it. For you have commanded out of the parts of the body, that is to say, out of the breasts, milk to be given, which is the fruit of the breasts. And if I didn't say it before, we're on 2 Esdras 8. And now we're on verse 11 of 2 Esdras 8. That the thing which is fashioned may be nourished for a time, till you dispose it to your mercy. You brought it up with your righteousness, and nurtured it in your Torah, and reformed it with your judgment. And you shall mortify it as your creature, and quicken it as your work. It is so hot. It's like 80 degrees in our house right now. If therefore you shall destroy him, which with so great labor was fashioned, it is an easy thing to be ordained by your commandments, that the thing which was made might be preserved. Now therefore, Yahuah, I will speak. Touching man in general you know best, but touching your people, for whose sake I am sorry. Okay. And for your inheritance, for whose cause I mourn, and for Yasharal, for whom I am heavy, and for Yaakov, for whose sake I am troubled. Therefore will I begin to pray before you for myself and for them. For I see the falls of us that dwell in the land. But I have heard the swiftness of the judge which is to come. Therefore hear my voice and understand my words, and I shall speak before you. This is the beginning of the words of Ezra before he was taken up. And I said, O Yahuah, you that dwell in everlastingness, which behold from above things in the Shamayim and in the air, whose throne is inestimable. You can't estimate the size of his throne. Before whom the hosts of angels stand with trembling, whose service is conversant in wind and fire, whose service is conversant in wind and fire, whose word is true and sayings constant, whose commandment is strong and ordinance fearful, whose look dries up the depths, and indignation makes the mountains to melt away, which the truth witnesses. O hear the prayer of your servant, and give ear to the petition of your creature. For while I live, I will speak, and so long as I have understanding, I will answer. Look not upon the sins of your people, but on them which you serve in truth. Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those who guard your testimonies in afflictions. Think not upon those who have walked feignedly before you, but remember them, which according to your will have known your fear. Let it not be your will to destroy them, which have lived like beasts, but to look upon them, Bella, that have clearly taught your Torah. Take no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts, but love them that always put their trust in your righteousness and glory. For we and our fathers do languish of such diseases, but because of sinners you shall be called merciful. For if you have a desire to have mercy upon us, you shall be called merciful to us, namely, that have no works of righteousness. For the just, which have many good works laid up with you, shall out of their own deeds receive rewards. For what is man, that you should take displeasure at him? Or what is a corruptible generation, that you should be so bitter towards it? For in truth there is no man among them that be born, but he has dwelt wickedly, and among the faithful there is none which has not done amiss, has not sinned in their lifetime. For in this, O Yahuah, your righteousness and your goodness shall be declared, if you be merciful unto them which have not the confidence of good works. Then answered he me, and said, Some things have you spoken aright, and according to your words it shall be. For indeed I will not think on the disposition of them which have sinned before death, before judgment, before destruction, but I will rejoice over the disposition of the righteous, and I will remember also their pilgrimage and the Yahusha, and the reward, and the salvation and the reward that they shall have. Like as I have spoken now, so shall it come to pass. For as the husbandman sows much seed upon the ground, and plants many trees, and yet the things that is sown good in his season comes not up, neither does all that is planted take root. Even so is it of them that are sown in the world, they shall not all be saved. I answered then and said, If I have found grace, let me speak. Like as the husband's seed perishes, if it come not up, and receive not your rain in due season, or if there come too much rain and corrupt it, even so perishes man also in the same way, which is formed with your hands, and is called your own image, because you are like unto him, for whose sake you have made all things, and likened him unto the husband's seed.
Yeah, it's really hot. It drives my hair out. Rascal.
Be not wroth with us, but spare your people, and have mercy upon your own inheritance, for you are merciful unto your creatures. Then answered he me, and said, Things present are for the present, and things to come for such as be to come. For you come far short that you should be able to love my creature more than I. But I have ofttimes drawn nigh unto you and unto it, but never to the unrighteous. In this also you are marvelous before El Elyon, in that you have humbled yourself, as it becomes you, and have not judged yourself worthy to be much glorified among the righteous. For many great miseries shall be done to them, that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. But understand for yourself, and seek out the glory for such as be like you. For unto you is paradise opened, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, a city is built, and rest is allowed, yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. The root of evil is sealed up for you, weaknesses and the moth is hidden from you, and corruption is fled into Sheol or hell to be forgotten. sorrows are past, and in the end it is showed the treasure of immortality, and therefore ask no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they have taken liberty, they despised El Elyon, thought scorn of his Torah, and forsook his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous, and said to their heart that there is no Elohim. Yea, and that knowing they must die. For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not his will that men should come to naught, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him, which prepared life for them, and therefore is my judgment now at hand. These things have I not showed unto all men, but unto you, and a few like you. Then answered I and said, Behold, O Yahuah, now have you showed me the multitude of the wonders which you will begin to do in the last times. But at what time you have not showed me. Okay, next time I will be reading 2 Ezdras or 2 Ezra 9. I hope you guys bore some fruit from that lesson. I hope you guys learned some new things. It is so hot in here, we're dying. But I am hoping and praying that we find a better place to move, because this is torture. I love you all. Baruk haba b'Shem Yahuah. Shalom and blessings. I love you all with an everlasting love, as your Abba Yahuah does. Shalom.